Hey, everybody, welcome back to an episode of Deep Fried Friends. It's been a minute. We had a welcome back episode, then the holidays kicked in, so we are back. We're going to try, try as we might, to get back on an actual schedule of every Thursday with maybe one missed here and there because of various reasons. Like I will be going to the Chicago Auto Show here at the beginning of February. But for the most part, we're going to try to do as many as possible again. So, with me as always is my brother Elkman,
Yo!
the belt-fed sniper Spanky,
What up?
and the sprinkler system himself, Swooky.
Waka waka.
And I'm Mac Merritt. So thank y'all for joining us. Glad to have y'all back with us. We're gonna get the ball rolling off with an interesting subject, at least in my opinion. Would you have sex with an AI sex bot?
Do I have to pay for it?
Not a title to a car.
So who you want to start with here?
What? Do I have to pay for it?
Whoever. Okay,
Actually,
you-
let's start with you. What
With me.
about you?
100%. 100%.
You would.
Okay.
Oh my god, yes. I'd keep it in the closet like I keep the fucking extra shotguns.
What if it was previously used?
No. Much like my truck, I want new and unused. I want to be the only rider in the thing.
So if your truck had the option, your electric truck had the option to have that as an addition, would you fuck your truck?
No, because that'd be an accident. I do not want an auto blow while I'm trying to go. That's how we cause accidents.
Me-
I'm a huge fan of Roadhead, but
Yeah, I'm such a big fan that I'll have to disagree with you. I'm all down for
Where do you think his auto blow is?
it.
because that's my only issue is getting one is having this like creepy 5 foot animatronic doll just sitting in your corner. Like I actually have a legitimate. I'm not going to call him a friend. He's an acquaintance. He's a friend of a good friend of mine. That he is incredibly socially awkward, very brilliant machinist, very intelligent guy, but cannot, and I mean cannot talk to women. If they're even online in a chat room, he cannot speak. He's like the guy from Big Bang Theory, just cannot talk to women. So, because of his obvious chronic loneliness, he bought one. We all thought he was joking. I didn't think he was because I was sitting next to him at dinner one night and the dude is scrolling through picking out the options and I'm like, A, the options are interesting, and B, this, and the motherfucker went straight down to add to cart, hit payment. I was like, oh, this dude just ordered a $6,000 fuck doll.
Next day air.
Not quite, but yeah.
Y'all
But
gonna
that would be
split
my
the head
biggest
together?
thing. That'd be my biggest thing to. Oh, they get even more expensive, Smirky. Now that they've got the actual robots, the animatronics, the pulsating,
yes.
the heated bodies, they will run 15, 16 grand easy.
Yeah, you can buy a good U Cadillac for that price.
Yeah.
What?
That's like a freaking Nissan Altima. You can get an Altima or you can get a doll. But again, if I ever was divorced or God forbid my wife passed away or anything, in that transition time before I could be with another woman, there would be one in the closet and it would be locked so that the kids didn't accidentally discover that. Be terrifying for all of us.
That's your
there's a
new
body
mom.
in the closet!
Don't worry, that's your new mommy.
Hello, kids. I am Robot.
So, like, the whole yeah, I mean, I'd probably be down with the clown. I'd be more interested in full dive sex.
What?
Like,
And what?
okay, so
Did
like
you say 4 guys sex?
full dive, where it's
The suit.
like, yeah, but it's
Okay.
like virtual reality, but it's like wired into your head, and you go into it.
dude,
Yeah, I'd be, because it's like you can select whatever you want, scenarios, whoever, whenever, however, poof, there you go.
Wait,
that'd
wasn't
be-
this in the movie? What was that movie?
Well, it's been in Cyberpunk.
there's been a
and-
bunch of different movies and video
Johnny
games and stuff that have done that.
Mnemonic or whatever
Yeah,
it's
Johnny
called.
Mnemonic and yeah.
Don't
And again,
say that
again,
out loud.
I-
His Graham will start.
Oh, I've never played any of those, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's a movie.
But yeah, that's always been a thing. Again, the mind is the most impressive computer that can ever be fashioned. If we could ever interface with it in a more impressive fashion, that could actually, yeah.
Oh,
I digress.
Papa Elon's getting close.
And I trust me, I actually signed up for the volunteer for it, but they're only doing people who have spinal cord injuries at the moment. But
Oh, let's show about the sexual bots.
Hold on.
I could go fall real quick.
I technically have a spine injury. Yeah, I mean, I'd be all about it. I don't care. I'd be wired in. That's
now my question is to what level the AI would be. Would it be like Ex Machina, where she's got like thoughts and feelings and talking in a whole 9 yards, or is she just the bot in the corner that's got like 600 programmed responses and some cool features?
Why the
she's
fuck
laid
would
over there
I-
like.
Why the fuck would I want to buy a fucking robotic woman that's gonna talk back?
Well, again, you want the one that's going to be like, oh,
Sometimes you
you're
want a
here.
challenge.
No, not tonight. I need to be charged.
Train. But yeah,
But yeah, if I don't have to pay for it, I'm down.
well, no, they're not just going to give
feels
you a
like
$6,000 sex ball.
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
doll.
Like if it's this Christmas gift from Mac, then you know.
What kind of horrible crap?
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
If I ever won one of them $1 billion
Could you
Powerballs,
imagine-
sure.
Did you imagine that Steam gift message? Hey, Elk, it's in the mail. Hope you have fun. LOLOL.
Oh no, dude! I would be dressed up as the Amazon delivery guy just to see the look on your face when
Forgot to discreetly wrap it too.
in a 5.5 foot long freaking coffin-esque box that's sitting outside your door.
I'd fuck my way into the box.
You'd fuck your way into the box. That's normally how honeymoons work, but sure.
Won't complain if you got a checker for worms in the back door, you know?
Well, but again, the topic was brought on by I was sitting at my lunch and I was scrolling through Instagram, which has become a recent addiction, and
Ooh.
yeah, it's just something different.
Them reels get pretty wild.
Well, like, dude,
Yeah, they do.
because my shit is like a combination of cars from the Ford stuff is why I got Instagram. Then I got the dachshund stuff because of my dog, and then I've got food stuff because I like to cook. And then every now and then there's just Insta hoes that like appear in there. But the one that caught me by surprise that brought this on was a young mom made a video that she had come in and her daughter had like this display on the floor of like her little doll village and shit. And the mother was like, "Oh, honey, you have some interesting decorations for your place in here. Would you like to explain to me where you got a few of these?" And like she zooms in on one, and it's this weird green spiral twisty thing that looks way out of place. And she goes, "Yeah, I found that one in the closet, and that one's a tree." "Oh, honey, that's creative. That's a tree. And what's this one up here?" And then she points at one that's like a black and red twisted thing with a forked tongue. She goes, "Oh, that's the volcano going off." "Oh, I love it, the volcano. And what's this one?" And she pans over, and stuck on the side of the aquarium is about a 10-inch rainbow dildo. And she goes, "Oh, that's the rainbow." Like, daughter just looks at the wife. The gal just looks at the screen and goes, "Uh-huh." And then the guy stitches in and goes, "You need to invest in a gun safe." It's like, oh, I was like, imagine your kids finding your sex doll if you had one of the weird, creepy sex dolls in a closet. How do you have that conversation? How do you have that conversation?
Yeah,
That's robot made.
I can't talk about where my reels go because there's too many that I send to Trash Panda that aren't acceptable for public viewing.
No. Well, I will say that in the line also of the sex doll, it jogged my memory that they showed me a picture from early on when I got hired. They were going around and doing inspections in a church. And I think the pictures actually made it online. And there was a room off of the church's like dining area, like rental hall, that the guy, it looked like a little broom closet, but it wasn't no broom closet. It was the dude had like a military cot and a sex doll in it. And the maintenance guy goes, I don't have keys to this. And they finally got the door open, and it was the preacher's private.
Was it a Catholic church?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't remember. All I know is they showed me the picture, and he said they couldn't get into it. And eventually the maintenance guy jimmied the door. Goes, well, I think the only person who has a key to this is the pastor. And they opened the door, and they saw what was inside, and he just kind of closed the door. And we're going to leave that one right there.
Right along.
Yeah, moving along.
There's a demon in that one.
Like,
So that reminds me. So back when I was a firefighter, we used to get all the catalogs and stuff for different gear, yada yada yada, and a lot of them were like the medical training dummy stuff. So there's ones on there that train you in gynecology. There's ones on there that train you in proctology, etc., etc. We found out one of the guys that worked with us ordered a bunch of the proctology and gynecology ones as a cheap alternative to. Because
I mean,
this was back in the day before they had fleshlights and stuff like that. They weren't as common. But yeah, that was like, okay. I mean, I get it. Those things were still expensive, but all right.
Can we?
Some of those gynecology dolls for the fire departments and EMS, they were pretty, pretty accurate.
My thing is this: why do all of men's sex toys have to be incredibly creepy, while some of women's sex toys are very like pretty and fancy and nice? Now, yeah, obviously the bad dragons and the like half a forearm and stuff; those things are very weird. But like all of ours just look like things that you would find in a mass murderer's home.
So funny thing. The sex shop in my town, I'm in a really like super churchy town in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And so like these people had to fight to get the sex shop brought in. Like they lied about what it was on the fucking documents and all this shit. Anyway, it's right behind the Waffle House and KFC. So if you're sitting in line, you can kind of just watch who goes in and out. Well, this one lady walked out with one of those like the ones you're talking about, like the one that goes up to like the elbow.
Just a full on hand.
Yeah, and like she's not trying to hide it or anything. And then me and one of the guys that worked with me at the shop were looking, and we realized who it was. It was one of the chicks that was like the deacon's wife. I was like, oh god. I was like, I kind of want to know who that's for. Like him, her, who's, you know, like what is this? And like we sit there, we tell the guys at the shop, like, there's no way. I'm like, absolutely, yeah, we fucking saw it with our eyes. I don't know why she'd be walking out there with a fucking hand.
Yeah, I used to be on a website way back when the local adult store here used to have these religious folks that would sit out in the parking lot or at the sidewalk and video and take pictures of you going in and out of the store. And there was a picture of me on their website coming out going, hey! Yeah, they, because it's funny is the building they moved into used to be a church. The church went bankrupt or foreclosed on or whatever, and they swooped right on in, took it over. So a lot of people were not very happy about that, but you know, fuck it.
That's a little fucking weird.
That's what like surprised me and my cousin about like our county is because it's a dry county, and like we got a dispensary in their town before we became wet, and I'm like, y'all fucking confused the fuck out of me.
And to be fair, about that church, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. It was one of those like pop-up churches that are like in a strip mall kind of thing. So it wasn't like a steeple type church. It was, you know, the Seventh-day Adventist Iglesia, whatever, of Mother Mary, yada yada yada. It wasn't like a brick and mortar freaking church. Sorry.
It was like in a tent.
No, it was like in a shopping center, but it was just like a regular rectangle building with a storefront instead of it being like a church with a steeple. Those things are really popular down here. They have like
they take up an open space that's available instead of building a whole new church.
Put you
a spot in a strip mall or
I mean, it's better. the last thing for kids to do in my town was go to the movie theater, and they sold the movie theater, and the first person to go buy it was a church. And so, like, there's nothing in my town for kids to do except go to church.
Well, that's how we keep the devil out.
Yeah.
And guess what? They don't go to church.
No, because you tell the same boring stories and tell them that all the fun shit is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, if it brings you joy, it's sin. I don't think
You
that's
must
how
live
God
a
made that to happen. If God didn't want me to do
Short,
these
sweet
things. It's like if you wanted vegetables to taste good, you'd make them taste like cows and chicken. And if you wanted me to not eat meat, he'd make the meat taste like vegetables.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
confuses me about vegans, because they don't want to eat meat, but they like form all their meat substitutes into meat shapes.
But now that is partially because they just want to normalize it and it not look like as a weirdo, because all they're eating is a freaking salad while all the rest of us are scarfing down tomahawk steaks.
Keep seeing them pop up on TikTok. Is the people go out and I can't remember what kind of mushroom it is, and then they're like, it tastes just like a steak, and you can grill it like a steak. I'm like,
Oh,
but
so-
it's mushroom.
Well, it's like hen of the woods and
Mhm.
the other one. There's two mushrooms that taste like chicken, but like it might taste like chicken, but the consistency is not chicken, fam.
My fat ass can tell you if it's chicken or not.
Now, the only thing I will ever say that has ever come close to the consistency and taste of chicken, only slightly, is mahi mahi. Beyond that, no.
I'll say alligator.
Maybe.
Alligator's got a little bit of a fishy texture-wise, close to it, but it's
Yeah.
still got that little bit of a fishy. Rattlesnake actually tasted pretty close to chicken to me, but it
Yeah.
still wasn't chicken.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a huge texture person, so that's what
Yeah.
kills me, like on mushrooms and
Oh yeah, I
all-
can't do mushrooms.
Like, I will cook with mushrooms because mushrooms make food taste, especially like portobello and stuff like that, will give a fantastic rich flavor to it. Like, I'll cook a steak and I'll saute mushrooms on top of it, and then I will scrape the goddamn mushrooms off and devour that steak. But I will not eat them slimy boogers that mushrooms turn into. Like,
That was like when we found out I was diabetic, and my cousin's like, "Oh, I want to take you to this restaurant. They have this cauliflower pizza. It's amazing." I was like, I will try a slice." I was like, "If it tastes like ass, we're gonna risk a diabetic coma right here in the middle of the fucking restaurant."
I'm just gonna hard no on all that.
And they brought this fucking pizza out. And he's like, "All right, I want you to try it." I'm like, "Okay." I took a bite, like not like a like a little bite. Like I took a bite. They're chewing out. It's like, "Nope, that tastes like fucking vegetables.
you
That
tried to
tastes like
trick me.
cauliflower."
the people who bring the fucking cauliflower is like, it's buffalo chicken cauliflower or boneless buffalo cauliflower. I'm like, no, it's
Yeah.
fucking cauliflower. You put some hot sauce on.
Yeah,
it. Get that shit
vegan
outta
chicken wings is what they're
Yeah.
calling them.
I'll take a triple bypass with fries and some ketchup.
here. Purple
That's,
bypass
that's-
is pretty good at Vortex.
Forever you're gonna die the way he
Yes.
lived.
It's pretty good at Heart Attack Cafe in Vegas too.
Always talk about food. I tell you what.
We're all.
It's because we're fat, damn it. Well,
And in the South, we
Good,
love our
sorry.
food. We love our food and we love our football.
Thank God college football is over this year. Fuck me.
Yeah. We won't go into too much sports because we'll just bore Spanky to death. But
No,
we will just make the quick mention of condolences to the Alabama fans of the Crimson Nation. Saint Saban has retired.
So
We
we're on
wish him all the
72
luck.
We're on 72 days of mourning because that's how old Saban was. But I touched a little bit on it. It is sad, but it was not unforeseen. I mean,
no.
he's been at
You
Alabama
guys,
for
you had
17 years.
I was like, you had 17 years. The first 2 years were rough, but you're talking about
No. The first year was rough. The next, he didn't lose any more than 3 games after the first year.
But
I mean, he
was
made a
still
promise.
building the program.
Hey, we lost back-to-back. We lost back-to-back games this first season, and he made a promise we would never lose back-to-back games again. We never lost back-to-back games again. We never lost more than 2 games the regular season. I mean, hate him if you can hate him all you want. There's no denying that he is probably the best college football coach of all time.
At least in the modern era. Like I said, him and
Yes.
Paul Bear Bryant, you got number 1 and number 2 regardless.
And, you know, sad to see him go, but I saw an interview with him earlier that he was kind of giving an explanation. He said for the past few years, ever since he's gotten up in age, him and Miss Terry, his wife, sit down at the end of every season and discuss, is it time yet? And when it got to this year, he said for the past couple of years, it's been harder and harder for him to keep up with the stress that is college football right now. And because he's used to, he made a joke. He's like, even in my 50s and 60s, I'm used to staying up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning down at the, at the clubhouse, whatever.
Yep, athletic center.
In the office, the athletic center, doing work and getting back up at 6 a.m. and getting back to it. He's like, it gets harder and harder. He's like, because I'm old. That's what he's like. I'm not sick. I'm not unhealthy. I'm just old. And he made mention that this season was just getting a little bit rough because he said that for a while he's been pretty hands off with things. He's been involved, but he's been letting his coordinators handle things. He said for some reason this season he decided to be more hands on with the defense, and he says he attributes that to a lot too of why we had a lot of our offensive woes is because he didn't have much to do with the offense. And he said he was starting to make mistakes, and he was like, you know what, it's time to call it quits. And the writing was on the wall because he just built like a $17 million house down in Jupiter, Florida. When he was on the Pat McAfee show a few weeks ago addressing the rumors of him retiring, he never said he wasn't. He just said, when you start thinking of retiring, you've pretty much already retired. And I knew then I was giving him 1 to 2 more years, but it didn't shock me that he retired. And as I've said before, I'll repeat it, I didn't want him to turn into Joe Paterno, coaching on oxygen from the press box at games. I'm glad, although I wish he would have won the national title this year, I'm glad he went out the way he did. He didn't end up going 8-4 or whatever. He went out with a winning record, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna burn. But we're still Alabama, and all the Georgia fans that are over there celebrating. Guess what? Saban had his tree of coaches. Kirby Smart's starting to get his tree of coaches. You guys are going to start getting the same woes that Alabama has been dealing with for the past decade. Whenever we start having all cylinders fire, guess what? Your OC is going to go be the head coach over here. Now you got to start all over. Guess what? Your DC is going to go be a head coach over here. You got to start all over. The coaching carousel is going to begin, and y'all are going to start to feel a lot of that burn. It sucks, but that just shows the level that you learn under a great coach like Saban, a great coach like Kirby Smart, Bobby Bowden back in the day. All these people, that's how it happens, So
well, any job, any profession, not just sports, like you said, good leaders usually create good people underneath them, and then from there they go on. It's the ones that don't turn out to be good leaders that you're like, okay, well, this guy wasn't meant to be, or they let the power go to the head. There's been like Belichick, again, another sports guy, had a lot of good people underneath him. Eisenhower had some fantastic generals underneath him.
Belichick, Saban.
Yeah. Belichick, Saban, again, Belichick spawned all these guys, Josh McDaniels and Bill O'Brien's and all these guys who, until Bill O'Brien became the GM and the head coach. When he was just the head coach, he was fantastic. As soon as they gave him all the power that he could basically do as he saw fit, he ruined himself. He was great when he had a good GM who kept things under. It's like having a good manager and a good chef. You got a great chef. The chef can't call all the shots. Somebody's still got to tell the chef, no, you can't order the $78 a pound trout and serve it on special. We're not going to pay for that. We're not going to recoup the money. Don't do that. That's what happens when I don't like the idea of the head coach also being the GM of any organization. That's my only problem with certain coaches, even in college football. Like, luckily, Saban had a very good relationship with his athletic directors at Bama. Saban was the end-all, be-all, but they still had somebody had to like no, we still got to write some checks. You're making us a shitload of money, but I can't let you just go off the rails and off the reservation. There's always got to be checks and balances. Somebody's got to keep those coaches who are brilliant, but especially in college football, you've only got most of these kids 3-4 years. Your churning out good players. You're churning out good coaches. Especially how many coaching jobs there are in football.
I wish Arkansas would have had that a few years ago when we had Katrina the first time. There would have been a blonde on the back of a motorcycle.
Shit
Didn't he
happens.
back
People...
at Arkansas?
Yes, we let him back.
My boss and I were talking about that day. He's like, no. I'm like, no. I'm pretty sure he's back. And they're like, no, he's not. I'm like, oh, pretty sure.
Yeah. Because everybody's like, they were like, who's going to be our new offensive coordinator? I'm like, it's going to be fucking Bobby. And they're like, Bobby's not coming back. They won't let him back. And then, like, 2 days later.
But he is.
They're like, he left A&M. I'm like, yeah.
Well, all I will say in my side of the sports talk, don't know who our next head coach is. I just hope it's not Dabo Swinney. That's all I'm gonna say. Dabo Swinney's got the Alabama ties. He's from Alabama. Played at Alabama. Has a national title at Alabama. We discussed this before the podcast. Not going to get into too much details about it. He's just not fit for the modern college football era, and that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Are you saying that Forrest Gump's going to be the new Alabama coach?
Yes. Big hopes. Bubba Ball.
You remember
Bubba.
You remember that time Forrest Gump came back to Alabama and they won the national championship, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So back onto a topic that Spanky can engage in.
Sex dolls. Pros, cons.
I was going to ask about holidays, how everyone's holidays were for Christmas and New Year. Start with Spanky since he's been quiet while we've been talking to sports ball. Spanky, how was your holiday, sir?
It was another day. Literally did not do any celebrating at all.
Nothing with the kids or anything?
No, I did their Christmas before Christmas, like the week.
Ah, okay. The week you had them.
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't matter if it has to be on Christmas Day. That's kind of what we were asking about, is just making sure you had a good time with the kiddos.
Yeah, but
all three of y'all get to play the merry-go-round of baby mamas and kids dramas.
I got drunk on New Year's. That's a thing.
There you go.
I don't get drunk often.
No. Little happy grass, but. What about you?
Been good.
Yeah. What about you, Elk Man? How was your holiday season with the boy?
It was alright. It just kind of went fast because, like, we did my dad's family's Christmas like 2 weeks before Christmas for some reason. Which, I mean, after Grandma passed away, last year after Christmas, I was like, yeah, Christmas is done. And then we did my mom and dad's Christmas. We did it at their house.
Excuse me.
They got the boy a PS5.
They didn't make a video of him getting angry at getting a PS5?
No, they could have filmed me and my brother-in-law, though, because mom and dad used most of their MGM points to get my son and then my niece and nephew. Well, my son got a PS5, and then my niece and nephew got a PS5. I mean, my brother like, those are for us, right?
No.
Yeah, my mom and dad are like, no. They're like, yeah, those are for us, right? And Dad's like, why do y'all want video games? And I'm like,
do you not know us?
I was like, NCAA football, GTA 6. I could keep going.
I thought you had an Xbox Series X or whatever.
It's okay.
Well, you can play NCAA.
Not with everybody. Half of the people that I plan on playing the fucking Dynasty mode all have PS5s.
I'm sure they'll introduce crossplay. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I won't be able to play it because I'm not planning on getting a modern day or a next gen console, current gen, whatever gen we're on. And I doubt it'll ever come to PC because.
Maybe we'll use some of the
What,
podcast
NCAA?
funds to get you a console.
Use the what?
We're gonna use the podcast funds to get you a console.
No, not at all. No,
don't fucking shake your head at us, motherfucker.
Nope.
We're the most giving motherfuckers ever.
Nope. No, thank you.
I think you fucking know what's asked you.
Anyway,
How was your
We had your
so? How was yours then, Swookie? We'll go on to you.
um,
contact information, motherfucker.
Christmas was fun. Got little man for 6 hours for the new court order. I got him for more time than I normally get him.
Heck yeah.
um, he made out like a bandit, even though he's a little shithead, because he decided to ask his mother. It gave her the same Amazon list that he gave us, so he got double of everything. But most of his stuff now, he's at that age where toys and fun stuff. No, he wants all football stuff for training. I'm like, all right, cool, cool. And it was fun. Had a good time. New Year's Day sucked because we lost. So New Year's Day wasn't the best of times, the greatest of times. But my Christmas present, which got to enjoy this past Sunday, girlfriend, which I will preface it, whatever, say I wasn't excited whenever I found out what I was getting, because I was like, it's not for me. She got me tickets to go see The Empire Strips Back. It's the Star Wars burlesque show. And at first, because I'm like, I'm not big into strip clubs, not big into burlesque shows. Shut up, Elk. Not big into all that. And it's like, it's Star Wars. Star Wars is something I grew up as a kid. I don't associate it with that. That all being said, I had a blast. It was like a 2 hour show. It was the burlesque show. That's what it was. They got up there and they danced and stripped. Got to see some boobies. Got to see Emperor Palpatine's saggy balls.
Nah.
So it was. I swore, Mac, you were in the chat the other day when we were talking about this. I guess not.
No.
So it's a female in the Palpatine's costume, and it's
Oh, okay. So she didn't have balls.
no,
I
he's
mean,
it's
she could have had balls.
Sure,
No one here would have issues with that.
anyway. So it was him in the old wrinkly skin, and he comes out, and it's like him in the middle, and there's four Imperial officers around him, and they're doing their dance routine, and he's in the middle in his robes, and then the Imperial officers grab his robe and just rip it off, and then he's just there naked in all the saggy skin. His balls are hanging down to his knees, just swinging back and forth with the little old erection up there. And it keeps on going, and then the curtain draws, and there is a disco Death Star hanging from the ceiling, and he jumps up on it, and she, whatever, does the Miley Cyrus wrecking ball. It starts swinging back and forth. It was great. That was hilarious. I will say the only skit or dance I didn't like is they did it was called the Twins. It was Twi'leks, and it was the
Okay.
only thing I would say was like Star Wars canon because it was Twi'lek dancers up there dancing with each other. But it was like everything was fun and kind of cool, and then you get to this one part, and they slowed it down, and it was like all sensual, and they're like rubbing on each other, and it was just kind of awkward sitting in a crowd of over 100 people, like, uh,
Trying to hide an awkward erection, like.
Wait,
yeah,
did I rub one out right now? Wait. What's happening?
What's the legality on this? Am I okay?
yeah, yeah.
That's why I brought my coat to sit on my lap.
It was still fun though. Boba Fett came out, or she was in Boba Fett armor, and she's taking the pieces of his armor off slowly one by one, and it was
I'd like
it
to
was
show you
fun.
my Rancor pit.
Yeah.
I'm about to have to go see if this is on Reddit after this.
I think their next stop is Denver, so they go to city to city. I doubt they'll be coming to Arkansas.
Fucking bullshit ass state.
Nobody
If
comes to
anywhere,
Arkansas.
if anywhere, they'd
Oh,
probably go to
no.
Little Rock, but I doubt it.
I'll venture into Little Rock for that.
They stay for a few weeks. They perform on the weekends, and then they're gone. And actually, it was fun. Is we didn't get to meet her, unfortunately, but afterwards they had like a little restaurant part of the venue. There's nobody in there, so the girlfriend and I went over there eating, and girl comes walking in, and she's over at the bar, and we just overhear the conversation. Turns out she was Darth Vader. Pretty smoking. and she's just chilling over there, talking about that. You know, they basically all live out of hotels for a while, then they head on to the next show. But it was cool. I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised, and I got a new desk for Christmas. Hey, I
Ah,
finally have a desk.
I did remember that. Yes, the desk is awesome.
Yep, and it's got LEDs that run under the top shelf. It's all cool looking.
Very
Oh,
And I
nice.
just have to
good.
get me a joystick so I can actually have play fun games. So, Mac, how was your holidays?
Ours was mostly good. Um, we had to do ours in two parts. The main part was with the family here at home. My sister was supposed to come up from Texas, and the sister-in-law was supposed to come down from upstate in Springfield, Illinois. Neither one of them unfortunately made it. So we just did the one at the house with the kids. The kids woke up, had Christmas morning like we try to do. They had a blast. Toys. Daughter was a little greedy, like she tore through all of her presents. It's like, is that it? And like, this is what you get to experience on Christmas is unconsciousness. You greedy little schnitz. But no, it was a good time. We played with that. I got them these two little things. They're the flying orbs and little UFO thing. You've probably seen them like on the commercials or whatever, and it's just like this little ball that's got a giant fan and LED strip, and it flies out and then comes back to your hand, flies out. My son and I were playing with that. The dog absolutely hates this fucking thing because it's such a high speed whirring sound. I was laughing my ass off because the dog is barking his ass off. The wife is unamused, and the kids are squealing with laughter. So I was obviously ecstatic. Like, this is awesome. This is great. And then got them Nerf guns. At one point in time, we got into a Nerf battle. So to me, that was a good Christmas. We had a good time. Did a simple Christmas day at the mother-in-law's with freaking sandwiches and more presents and just hanging out. So good. This past weekend, we did the continuation of Christmas. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend were working this entire time. So we finally got to go up there and have Christmas with them and the kids. And that was a good time. So all in all, that was interesting. And then I Ubered on the weekend of New Year's Eve, including New Year's Eve on Sunday night. And it was actually a hell of a lot of fun. Like, everybody was in a really, really good mood and having a good time. And I made a shit ton of money.
Nice.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Huge.
Huge. Huge.
No,
So,
I generally love the Thanksgiving to Christmas time because family, food, and football, and it couldn't get better.
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I want to
My,
go. I want to go see Star Wars.
I do feel sorry for guys like you that don't get to spend the whole day with the kids and see all their reactions or have to split time and send them back and forth. Like, to me, I get it, but fuck, that's gotta be heartbreaking on Christmas morning for your kids to not be there.
Not ship them around like cattle, a commodity. Oh yeah, that's great.
It's bad
Well
enough
done.
fighting over them all year long, but to then on this day that you're supposed to see them and be happy, like, can I don't know. Again, having not experienced that I don't understand why two adults can't be like, okay, 364 days a year we can be at each other's fucking throats, but one day we're gonna shut the fuck up. We're both gonna sit in a room and watch our kids tear into presents and make core fucking memories. The other 364 days we can be shitty to each other and talk about child support payments and this and that and the other, and yeah, but one day a year, knock that shit off and let the kids be the fucking front and center.
I mean, mine's pretty simple. It's just, I mean, it's I get them for X amount of hours, and I got to take them back to her house. And unfortunately, this year when I was taking them back, is this is the night that I fucking we're sitting there driving home, and here comes fucking Bambi walking in the middle of the fucking road.
Because, like I said, we had to deal with that with my sister-in-law this year. It's kind of why the other reason why she didn't come down was she's got two different kids by two different guys, and I guess the timing wasn't going to work, that she was going to have both the kids long enough to drive down to see us and then have Christmas when they both wanted to have their kids with their families. And again, I get it. You're the dad. You want your kids with you on Christmas, but you also got to understand, like, yeah, I've got this kid, his half sister, who's going to go with her dad.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it gets a little easier when they get older because it's like back in the day it was really tough because especially when he was younger and getting toys and getting games and stuff. It's like he gets long enough to basically open the presents, yay, and then
Hi,
off
Dad.
he goes.
Cool.
Yep.
Open presents. Can I have a sandwich? Cool. I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna hit the road.
Yep. And like I said, this year is a little bit different because he's not into the toys and stuff. If he's into, I mean, he got pre-workout. He got kicking tee because he wants to practice. He wants to try to kick as well. He got all kinds of stuff for football, and so yeah, he had a good Christmas. He enjoyed it, and it does suck, but as much I would be, if given the option to sit down and have a joint Christmas with her, I would take it for his sake. But obviously, I wouldn't want to be in the same room with her for more than 5 minutes. But that's something that I've tried co-parenting. That doesn't. It's not a word that exists in her vocabulary. So as long as she continues to be a good mother to him, it is what it is. That's all
Yeah.
I've got to say about that.
Yeah, I guess you can't get too big. I just think about that again. Like the kid's birthday and Christmas, those are 2 days that you just should be able to put everything aside and let the kids just enjoy their day. Like
For kids' sporting events, if he has a game to play, you should be able to go to the same game, and you don't have to interact. Just
I can be on
enjoy
one
it.
end of the stands and you can be on the other end of the stands, darling. We don't have to sit next to each other.
That doesn't. Yeah. uh,
You can't be anywhere near me. Like, no, that's not how this works.
I was gonna say something earlier, just kind of forgot what I was gonna say.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
So we were talking in the pre-warm-up and warm-up about Mr. Flying Judge Ass Beater. Dude, I am still amazed at how high that dude was able to jump and then the distance. Like, that was one...
It was pretty impressive on the distance and the height to be able to clear the desk.
He
I thought he was going to whoop some ass, but he didn't get as much in as I thought he was going to.
Oh no, you know what? I guarantee you that's probably what he was thinking too after he got fucking his ass beat.
Probably.
He's like, you know what? This was a horrible fucking idea. Hindsight.
Man, fucking Jumpy did. He had some purpose behind it, but
Yeah.
the follow through
The
was
follow
wasn't there.
through fucking was not there at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
He got over that desk and he's like, you know what? I should have not done this at all. I should have just set my ass over there and got my fucking my shit handed to me.
Yeah, the fact that, yeah, he
the fuck the fuck around was strong, but to find out, stronger.
he found out.
He found out fucking
Because
quick, son.
if you look, the video of them they showed like 2 days ago when they brought him back into the original judge that he attacks courtroom. This dude had like orange freaking buckets on his hands so he couldn't hit anybody. Had the short linked cuffs. Had his ankles cuffed. And had 6 of the biggest damn state troopers I have ever seen standing around him like an offensive lineman blocking for this dude. And then she dropped 10 years on him. He was going to get 3 months. He was originally getting 3 months till he went Superman. Now the dude got 10 years. And then,
That was more than 10, wasn't it?
well, he got 10 years for his original charge for
Yeah.
breaking probation and that. Then a different judge brought the charges up against him for attacking the judge, attacking a person over 60, which the judge was, violating the sanctity of the courtroom, attacking the court officer that was next to the judge, fighting 4 officers in the process of them getting him off the judge. Like they riddled off 13 felonies and then 7 lesser charges that could add up to 120 years in prison. Like, dude, you should have took your 3 months and shut the up.
He might still be in Drinker High.
Oh, baby. They brought that man in looking like fucking Hannibal Lecter with the face mask.
He looked like Steve Buscemi on fucking Con Air.
Yes, like, dude, they had that dude masked up, gagged, and bagged like they were they were making an example of him.
Oh, she did too, boy.
Sounds kinky.
When she rattled off like those fucking first 3 felonies, I was like,
He's done. He is done. Goodbye. Do not pass go. We're going to put you in the basement of the prison. You ain't ever going to see daylight.
You might see daylight, on your 1 hour a day.
You're going to be like the video that I just saw this morning about the freaking dudes sleeping down in the subways in New York, and they pulled the blanket off and the rats just ran away.
The fucking rats fell out. Dude, I watched that shit. Because the guy's walking up, and like 2 or 3 rats scurry off, and you're like, "Oh, that's fucking weird."
I saw it from where the blanket was like wiggling. They thought the guy was shivering. They're like, "Hey, buddy, are you okay?" And all of a sudden, the rats just burst out and run. Like,
oh no! So there's like an additional like 3 minutes prior to this
my
where they're
God.
walking up, and there's just like a couple rats at a time fucking scurrying out of this blanket, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on underneath this blanket?" And then about the time they get up to him is when they rip the blanket up, and there's like fucking 30 rats just fucking running out of this thing like it's. Someone flicked the light switch on. And you're like, oh.
Speaking of tunnels in New York.
Go ahead. Make your jokes.
I don't know if the rest of you have heard about all these tunnels that have popped up in New York or have been in San Francisco.
I've seen.
Go ahead. Make your jokes.
I'm not making jokes.
Porky's came to mind. I've seen this in Porky's before.
Yeah, Porky's.
I'm just saying it looked very, very staged and fake to me, but...
Dude.
What tunnels are we talking about? These are a little fake.
Apparently, there is some tunnels that are being used by a certain religious group. Apparently.
Religious group, wink, or like a
religious group that one of our hosts is
Hasidic Jews were spotted climbing out of sewers and out of tunnels under a synagogue.
I fucking knew it!
Some people also claim to hear them under their apartment buildings that don't have any basements. So here's the problem.
The problem was we couldn't say it because Dave Chappelle's right. You can't say the and Jews together.
Wait. They're just sitting there walking through these tunnels, and they're here, honey, I don't know if we're gonna make it to these Texas. Oh, you should probably think about checking box 13. And they just keep walking underneath the fucking house.
Oi, Master Splinter. Oh. Yeah, so I haven't seen much about it. The most popular video I've seen is this Hasidic Jew popping up out of a sewer grate, and it's just like he's looking around like all scared, just like running off, and it's like, what?
Like, okay, let's be honest. Now, I get it. New York is a city that never sleeps, but if this was supposed to be a secret entrance or exit, and it kind of looked like it because it was behind like a newspaper box and the whole 9 yards, like, great. But why was there 8 people standing around with cameras and the lights on? And like, I think if anything, that was like a building was collapsing and there was a fire, and that was like their get the fuck out thing. Like, oh, okay, shit's going down in town. I'm getting the hell out of here. But I think that shit was staged. Like, it did not look real to me. It was
like the aliens in Miami.
Yes, dude. Dude.
I mean,
I don't believe the Miami thing was a teenager fight either, because a teenager fight does not require 137 police officers from 18 different departments, counties, and districts. Like, nah, fam, something happened. Was it aliens? I don't think so, but I think that was probably a terrorist attack that got foiled, or a shooting that got stopped in full swing. So,
were they using a non-binary trigger? Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
anyway, so yeah, and then there's some people who like. Anyway, no, the whole alien thing, that was so.
I want it to be aliens. I want it to be aliens. I want
Yeah.
aliens to fucking land in the middle of the goddamn Super Bowl. I want aliens to.
Fuck you say.
No,
Pick another day. Pick another day.
no, any day.
Pick another day. No, pick another day.
And it's not
The
actually
inauguration,
aliens,
at Trump's victory speech. I want the aliens to land at any of these major events. I want it broadcast live, and I want the government to be like, yeah, we've lied. We've been talking to the freaking Zenanians for 43 years. It's okay, guys. They're not here to eat us.
It's the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki, the Chiba. I don't give a shit what name they go by. Either, hey, they're here to help us stop some like super alien threat that wants to eat our fucking skulls, or wants to use us as their own personal wine vessels, or they're time travelers. Cool.
Enhancements. Let's go.
Like, yeah, can we start getting the teleporters so we don't have to freaking just give me something. Give me something.
Give
Just
me some Guyver
give me something.
armor.
They're gonna get off that fucking ship. Someone's gonna go shake a hand.
Because again, they always make fun of us. Like, why are the aliens visiting the South, the most heavily armed, most suspicious people in this country? If they want to go places and grab people that nobody's going to give a goddamn about what they say, you're either talking about rednecks because, oh, they're a bunch of drunk hillbillies, or a bunch of potheads on the West Coast. So go to Oregon and start snatching up potheads. Dude, go ahead, experiment on me. We're friendly. Yeah.
They're afraid of Bigfoot. That's why they don't go up there.
They know if they come down here. They know if they come down here, they're just
okay. So sliding deep into the conspiracy corner that we've just dove headfirst into. What about the video of Bigfoot up on the mountainside, or the video that got released of the giant doing push-ups?
Hey, look.
In Afghanistan. Did anybody see that one?
Oh, the Kandahar giant's a real thing. Yeah.
I know, but they posted a new video like within the last 4 or 5 days, maybe it's 2 weeks old. But there's a dude who's like looking at the mountains outside up there, maybe not in Kandahar, but somewhere in northern Afghanistan. And there's one giant leaning against a boulder, and another dude that's on top of the mountain that looks like he's doing like push-ups. Like, what the shit? and they stood up for comparison, and the dude was as big as a freaking pine tree or a fir. Like,
I just wish people who record all this stuff wasn't recording off of a Nokia 3310.
I know. I wish it wouldn't be long.
Can't nobody do it off a nice Samsung 25 or something?
Yeah, I mean, like my Note, whatever I have, it takes amazing pictures. Even at zoomed in all the way 100%, you can see the fake moon landing.
I will say you one of them guys has got the moon thing.
Yes, but there was the one, well, I think it was in Mexico, I believe, where the dude actually had a high-quality cell phone camera, and it was some object that was floating in the sky above the city. It's already been debunked that it was a balloon because it was during some kind of festival. But what's funny about that is the way... So, that's another dive off into the rabbit hole.
Swiggy, I went to look up giant push-ups, and this is what I found. Sorry. I'm sending it to you because I don't want Mac to pull it up. His kids.
Well, so put it in the open it.
You don't want the kids to see it.
Yeah, you don't want the kids to see it. They've already seen too much with my GIF.
Yeah, I want to see, damn it.
All right, fine. I'll send it.
Just
and one, and
open
two,
it.
and three. Anyway, sorry. Let me get back. So, if you start doing research on what angels really look like, Mac's not into it.
Oh my.
That is what angels look like right there.
This is the first damn thing that popped up when I put in giant push-ups.
Oh god.
You know what? You don't disappoint, Spanky.
I think I found it. I believe they're real.
No, I mean those look like they might have been enhanced.
Those are definitely Kandahars right there. But if
you think they're natural Kandahars, or do you think they're like enhanced Kandahars?
No, those look natural.
Those are goddamn Everlast fucking bags right there.
They're definitely snow capped. So
damn.
if you go and you start researching what angels really look like,
They're terrifying.
that shit's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
like
It's
like
not.
Legion.
No, it's even worse than that. It's not like the Archangel Michael looking up. No, these are like some fucked up weird shit, and that's what this object reminded a lot of people
Well,
of. Is
I would
like
go
the
down the
true.
rabbit hole of that.
This just get on TikTok. You're gonna look at it and go, "What the fuck?" Funnily enough, to bounce off what angels really look like, if you ever watch the anime Evangelion, they actually nail what angels really look like. But anyway,
I said they're terrifying.
yes. And that's kind of what that object looked above whatever Mexican city or whatever country. It looked like that, and it's like, oh shit. Just like here lately, which this has been a thing for a while now, the people hearing the trumpets. Because
Yeah.
there's been a lot of videos going around of like just hearing trumpet or a loud horn blasting in areas where there's not like a port or not, and that's been something that's been going on for decades. But still, it's shit like that, man. It makes you think: is the end of times really here? I mean,
Well, Nick Saban retired, so yeah. What the?
oh, did you find what angels look like?
Yeah, they're terrifying.
No, the fucking. I pulled up TikTok on the computer and it just started auto-playing something and I thought I was being fucking hacked. It's scary as shit.
I mean, technically, that could be something that can be showed on Discord. It's not actually showing. Oh no, yeah, it is right there. Sorry. Um, I just wish the aliens would finally show up and reveal
Yeah,
themselves.
that's what I want that one to be like taken off the books and set down to the side. Like, all right, cool. Like the government admitted, like, yeah, there's UAPs, there's this, that. Just okay, cool. So the claims that Buzz Aldrin and those guys made of like, yeah, we visited aliens on the moon while we were there. Cool, awesome. Can we read that story, please? Like, you don't have to give all the details, but just give me the cliff notes. Give me the 30-minute freaking History Channel rundown of it. Like, in a grand meeting between the astronauts Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, they sat with the Anunnaki for 45 minutes and discussed the upcoming Greater Iberian Imperial meeting that the humans will now attend. Like, okay, cool, awesome. I don't know what any of this thing is. I'm now terrified, but at the same time, I am excited because they haven't killed us in the last 8 years. So, great. Let's go on about our business.
Well, that's like supposedly the rumor is whenever Jimmy Carter took office. He used to be very up into his campaign, outspoken about being very transparent about space and everything that they've discovered, yada yada yada. And it was like as he joined or as he got he won the election, goes into office and starts getting his brief on everything. Supposedly the briefing about UFOs and aliens and everything scared him so much, like he was shook, as the kids would say,
He was
and
shook.
like reversed his whole wanting to be transparent about everything and never really talked about shit after that. But it was supposedly because he got scared after they briefed him.
Because he was a man of God, they just shook his faith down to the very core. Like, huh?
That's what I saw another interview with some astrophysicist or whatever that says that the different space missions that have happened, and supposedly there's stuff on Mars that they've seen and witnessed that within the community and the scientific community was talked about a lot. And it wasn't that it was top secret, but they just didn't know any better. And then he started talking about something, and he got a visit from whoever that was like, "This is confidential, you can't talk about it." And it's like, why? This stuff exists. It's like, yes, this stuff exists, but do you realize the consequences you would have on the world and the world's religions, realizing that,
Oh, darn.
what that would do to the world? But nowadays, I don't think that shit would matter. I mean, religion is only for a few extremist groups. It isn't as prevalent as it was back in the day. I mean, yeah, some people's faith may be a little shaken, but you're still going to believe what you're going to believe.
I'm trying to find this video on TikTok of a real angel.
I don't know.
I'll send it to you in a minute. Oh, hold on.
There's so many of those out there. It's like I know everybody's trying to talk about this one where they got upset. The Navajos got upset that we're gonna put human remains in urns on the moon, and like, well, we hold the moon to be sacred. Like, cool, that's awesome. You can still pray to the moon. Well, by you putting bodies there, you're desecrating the moon. Well, last I checked, you don't have claim on the moon. The Navajo didn't put a man on the moon. There's a bunch of our flags up there. So, our moon, not your problem. Have a good day. Noted. Concern logged. Thank you. Shut the fuck up. But that company's never going to get their freaking rockets off the ground, so.
Navajo?
Navajo are sending rockets up?
They're the richest Indian tribe, but even they ain't got enough money to get rockets up there unless they start freaking subcontracting Elon.
I took my bow, I strung it and shot it anyway. Sorry, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Again, a lot of cultures hold the moon to be sacred. Doesn't mean we can't go to the fucking moon. Doesn't mean somebody can't have their ashes mixed into the moon. I can have my ashes mixed into tea and fired up a girl's ass as an enema. Doesn't mean it's going to happen unless I can find a willing participant.
Oh damn! I want some tea.
You want some Mac tea?
He wants some ass tea.
I want some sweet
There's a
tea.
giant eyeball?
Yes,
The giant eyeball in the sky.
Sent him the videos of the the realistic angels.
That's
Terrifying.
Yeah. So
For dry, red eyes.
I love space. I love all that stuff. And so, like, the James Webb Telescope, the images it's getting has been fucking amazing.
Yep.
The James Webb, I can't remember, JW something. So think Hubble, but multiply that times like 100.
Yeah, new technology. It's fantastic.
Yes. It's getting pictures that you would never imagine. And then just like how big the universe is, it really makes you...
Can we just like aim it at our planet for a while and find all the lost people and like take pictures of the ocean so we can finish this planet? Like the loading sequence on Earth has not been completed. Stop taking pictures of the other goddamn levels. Finish level 1 before you do level 2 through 6,000. Finish level 1. Finish the tutorial. Come on.
No, look, we're already past that. We already know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of the ocean.
I know. Let's go.
I'd rather learn about the bottom of the fucking ocean than fucking Mars.
You're probably gonna find Martians at the bottom of the ocean.
No, I'm gonna find fucking Megalodon.
No, Atlantis.
Yeah. Oh, the Meg.
The Meg.
The Meg.
I mean, we know more about space than we do our ocean, so...
That's why the ocean's terrifying.
Spiky, how much do you think it costs for us to get the Meg mounted?
You get it mounted?
Yeah.
Up on a wall?
Yeah.
Well, the
I had to
wall's
buy
gonna
a
be
wall big enough first.
the wall's gonna be expensive as shit, dude. You have to mount that bitch on like Mount Rushmore. You gonna see the 4 presidents and the Meg.
Got him. Got him.
Oh my god, that's the most country thing you said in this whole past 2 years of doing this podcast.
Man, the family going up to Mount Rushmore, man.
I tell you what, made the podcast we go to Mount Rushmore. And then we
Look, do you see peeking in the background?
Then we're gonna go wash our clothes.
Little back.
Go to Rushmore. I tell you what, Mackie, you might be a southerner yet.
It creeps out whenever I get tired. It creeps
He's
out.
peeking in the door back there going, what these dumbasses doing?
Creeps out. Hell, that one kicked the door up and it took over. Washmore.
Hey, Daddy, what the fuck's a Washmore?
Is she gonna come in and shoot the M60 at somebody?
Daddy, what's Washmore?
Oh.
Is that in the U.S.? Oh, y'all see? Hey, wait, no, y'all missed it before the cast kicked off. I was sitting there looking at Mac because something kept trying to like peek through the background on Mac's camera, and he would fade in and fade out, fade in and fade out, fade in and fade out. I'm like, what is going on? And then finally, just
it's Acorn.
Acorn.
Acorn, you damn hillbillies.
Anchor.
acorn up there at Mount
Acorn.
Rushmore.
Yeah, we gotta go. You know what? The bottom of Mount Rushmore, there's a creek. At the bottom of that holler, I bet you there's a bunch of acorns down there.
Man, you ever washed your clothes up there around Rushmore?
Yeah, down here at the creek.
Yes, it's bad enough I say wash my clothes. I'm gonna wash my friggin' pants. I'm gonna wash my work.
I can't say it any other way than marsh.
Mount Rushmore.
Now I will wash my truck, but I'll wash my clothes. Kind of like again the pecan and pecan.
Yeah, what?
It's only pecan.
It's a pecan pie. It's a pecan nut.
No, it's
Pecan
not.
pie.
You're not putting a can of peas on there.
Man, don't be picking on the nuts.
I want them to be cradled and gently squeezed.
Boogie, this is your territory.
He's all about the spanking. He's next level up.
Yeah, down there at Mount Rushmore.
Dude wants that shit speed bagged. He wants fucking Floyd Mayweather to come in there and fucking give him the old 1-2 piece.
Whoa.
Have you tried it? You might like it.
No, I've been slapped in the nuts quite fiercely.
No. See. There's a difference between just being hit in the balls and then being hit in the balls when you're aroused.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's...
No, definitely not while aroused.
Think about it.
Most definitely not while aroused.
Whenever you're going hard, right, and that motherfucker's just... You don't feel that. There's a reason why you don't feel that.
Because it feels
Like
good.
Because it's supposed to be slapping up against the undercarriage. But when she
But-
reaches back with a hand and treats that motherfucker like a spider climbing up her leg, we got a problem.
I don't think you've tried it. I don't believe you.
Dude.
Established that Mac is fucking vanilla ice cream.
I mean, we know this. But
In most aspects, but at least I liked mine squeezed a bit.
What?
Like when you get close to the end, I like her to get a good firm grip and try to get all the juice out of the plum.
You'd rather that than I'd rather get them hit than fucking squeeze. Fuck that.
No, a good firm
see,
squeeze.
see, again, you're squeezing the wrong part. That's the first stage of the factory, all right? You want to squeeze the second to last stage, which is not right there.
But she's
demonstrate.
she's squeezing the lemon to get the juice
It's called a
out.
prostate.
We can go from the shaft to the factory, the little highway, but we stop
highway?
at the little highway between the baby making factory,
The gooch.
the highway, the gooch, the taint, the perineum, but we stop at the waste treatment facility.
Nope.
You ain't never been down that highway. I've drove that highway. I've ran rods down that highway.
Time out. Time
Oh!
out.
Ah!
Okay, we had gooch, taint. What was the other word you said?
The medical term is perineum.
The fuck it is.
Uh-huh. Go
It
on
is.
YouTube and watch Perineum Sunbathers.
I'm not Googling
That's-
perineum. I
that's-
don't know how to fucking... I don't know how to fucking spell that shit.
Perineum.
B, I'm not Googling that shit. And C, fuck you for using big words.
Sorry, I got an education. Fuck off.
Trying to make you
Aaron, I got an
smarter.
education too. I never heard perineum.
What, you didn't hear perineum when you were going through like birthing classes? That's what they have to slice her. They slice the perineum instead of ripping it.
I went through birthing class in high school. Do you know how long ago that was?
I'm talking about like when you got your girl pregnant and you were getting ready to make the.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Obviously, I didn't
Oh,
pay
that's
attention
right, you
because I
were
got
early.
one pregnant.
Well, apparently there was no fucking talk of the fucking neum. That'd been a funny fucking word for me to fucking remember.
I do good to remember frenulum, and the only reason I do is because it was a funny joke from Ron White.
Or epidermis. It's always fun to tell somebody their epidermis is showing.
That's just skin.
Yeah, but
Trying to
you
trick
know,
me. Fuck you.
He's trying to trick me, man.
Spanky's like, son of a bitch, I know that one.
I should have covered it
Almost
up.
got
my
me.
bad.
Almost got me. Not today, Satan.
Perineum sunning. Yep.
Perineum sunning?
Yep. That's you get more vitamin
Is
D,
this an
but
arousal? Hold on, shut up. Is this an arousal?
there's just a new kink just unlocked for you.
Oh, fuck yes it is. We're trying this.
No,
Oh.
I don't think you can get in that position.
He can't get
I'm
back
like,
from.
wait.
He can get to that position, but like a turtle on his back, he ain't getting out of it.
Oh, I'm done.
That's called perineum burning. Usually a butthole burns from hemorrhoids or big shit. Yours is just gonna burn from the sun.
There ain't no sun this weekend. Tonight's fucking tornado weather, and then tomorrow and Saturday is fucking snow.
Wait. Oh my god. What?
Yes, we're gonna try it.
No, dude.
Yeah.
A sunburn on your fucking ass? Ooh.
I've had
Fucking
sunburn on
you
my
know,
balls before.
No, you're not
I mean,
gonna get a
balls are bad
sunburn.
enough, but your butthole?
You're not
I
gonna
mean-
get a sunburn. You just gotta you gotta like rotisserie chicken that shit.
Look, motherfucker, you know that shit, which has never seen the light of sun, is going to get burnt immediately.
I mean, well,
That's why the term "sun don't shine" is supposed to mean that area.
I mean, even with your pants off, them cheeks has got it covered up.
You show me a fucking video of people fucking panning their fucking perineum.
Trust me, it was bad enough going onto a porn set and watching women casually get their assholes bleached while talking.
No,
I'm like,
we're perineum fucking tanning now.
all right. Sadly, it is almost 9 o'clock. I have to go put my little people in bed. Oh my god! Why did you link that? You
I was waiting for.
fucker.
One of you three's bailing me out of jail tomorrow, and you're gonna get a funny phone call about someone getting arrested for fucking tanning their perineum.
Hey, look, you just have to follow the path of our hero, the man who jumped the bench.
I'm going to jail for that. Fuck you.
Apparently, Elk hasn't looked in that.
I just saw it.
Okay.
We need more
that's on this.
content for the podcast,
Oh.
and that would do great.
Yeah.
It's educational, so we could show it.
Just let you
Naked
know
yoga.
if y'all get on TikTok or YouTube and see that Arkansas man, 35 years old, jumps bench after perineum tanning.
No, I don't care how educational.
You are
we
not
think
getting
it
over
is,
that
we can't
motherfucker
live
without a
stream
hydraulic
Elk
lift.
tanning his perineum.
Not his pharyngeum, his perineum.
No,
Whatever.
your perineum's that thing you
I
get
forget
shut off.
words.
If you keep mispronouncing words, we're going to show you what parabellum is.
I know what parabellum is.
See,
I got
you can spell that
motherfucker
word.
right here.
Yeah, it's 9 by 19.
But that one, I mean, it is educational, but for some reason I don't think it is.
It is if you fucking listen the first time. The next
Right.
fucking seven times after that, it's fucking on you.
All right, let's wrap this up. Unlike
If you
the
don't
three of
listen
you
to-
bastards in your early 20s. Or
Early
Spanky,
20s.
or
I'm
Spanky
still a
earlier than that.
teenager.
God damn.
What?
Like, I just got my license, dude.
God damn.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said we're going to wrap it up unlike you three assholes.
What's crap?
A condom, the things y'all never found out about or purchased.
I'm allergic to latex.
Still haven't.
They make lamb skin and they make freaking polyurethane.
Fuck you, I'm allergic to fucking wool.
Not wool? Okay. Regardless, thank you everyone for coming and participating and talking with us tonight and watching the ramblings of four insane bastards who love each other greatly and are glad to be back with you. So, starting off, Elkman.
Don't forget to bleach your perineum.
No, please.
That'd be your anus. Bleach your anus and sun your perineum.
Yeah,
Let's-
don't
let's-
forget
let's-
to tan your perineum.
Let's move on.
Spanky.
Oh, me. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Bye, everybody.
Spanky, tell him to tan their perineum.
Spooky, what words of wisdom do you have?
Tan your perineum.
And don't fuck kids.
There
Happy
you
New
go.
Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Tan your perineum.
And thank you all again for joining us. None of us appeared on the Epstein list. I can't wait to see the rest of the names.
Today's
night.
episode was brought to you by your perineum.
Be nice to your perineum. Give it a rub or two.